absolutely insane. After 2,500 years, we finally have answers to the long-awaited end-time prophecies. United by their shared passion for prophecy, Lowell Taylor and Timothy Thompson bring together over a century of wisdom. Many secrets are revealed here. Get ready to be amazed.
Hello, brothers and sisters. I have a very exciting topic to talk to you about. Most of my topics are pretty exciting. It's about prophecy. What if I told you the prophecies that I've been sharing with you are actually happening? And I can tell you what's going to happen before it happens. I've been knowing this since 2010. I got on my knees and I asked God, I wanted to know how close we are. He answered my prayer. And it's amazing. But what we're going to talk about this time, I want to talk to you about the 8 kings that lead up to the second coming of Jesus Christ. I also put out a video that's talking about the 7 seals. You put the 7 seals, and you understand that, and you understand the 8 kings that lead up to the second coming, you have a really good understanding of where we are right now and how close we are to the second coming. Of course, nobody knows the day, the hour. That's what they've been telling you for years, right? Nobody wants you to know, even if you had the answer. But Jesus Christ said that. No one knows the day, the hour, right? Well, Jesus Christ died on the cross, and he was resurrected. And guess what? God handed Jesus Christ the book sealed with 7 seals. And when he did that, Jesus Christ immediately knew when he would return. He learned those things. He earned that right. So when people tell me that here in the 2020s, when people say that nobody knows the day of the hour, only the Father, how blind do they think that I am? I'm humbled. I'm grateful for this knowledge. But God opened my eyes because now I know Jesus Christ earned that right. Doesn't mean that I know the day of the hour. But I can tell you the dates. I can tell you when certain dates will happen, like the first resurrection. Now, it won't be exactly that moment, but that is when we enter the 7th seal. And you read the Bible, you know what's going to happen when you open the 7th seal. You have the rapture. You have the silence in heaven for the space of a half an hour. People get hung up by that because it says in heaven the silence is. It doesn't say the earth, in heaven. So people get a little confused on these things. But I tell you, we're going to cover right now the 8 kings that lead up to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Amazing stuff. Right after this.
A true story. Growing up in the 1960s and 70s, Timothy Thompson listened to his mother, Shirley, talk about the many inspiring end times prophecies. Have you ever noticed that many prophecies with specific dates have proven incorrect? It seems like we're trapped in a bunch of meaningless, pathetic information, doesn't it? How tragic. Finally, there is genuine hope. Decades later, in 2010, Timothy asks God a question. He wanted to know how close we are to the second coming of Jesus Christ. The events that followed answered his prayers, bestowing upon him wisdom and knowledge. Seriously, tons of prophecies are coming true right now, more than ever before. God's Timeline. Our videos explore a wide range of topics, including the rapture, the mark of the beast, earthquakes, and so much more. Timothy has many incredible secrets for those who will listen. Amazing. Listen to this. Every year from now on, we will see the fulfillment of multiple prophecies. The number of prophecies made thousands of years ago is rising as the anticipation of Christ's return grows closer. Our goal is to present the events to give you a clear understanding of how close we really are. Trust me on this. It's incredibly important. We embark on a journey to explore the unsolved mysteries and the works of God. We invite you to join us as we unearth hidden knowledge. It is because we care that we share.
Welcome, brothers and sisters. what I want to do here is I want to show you that there are 8 kings in Iran that lead up to the second coming of Jesus Christ. This is one of those timelines that you want to pay attention to. Okay, in Revelation 17, verse 10 and 11, we read this. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. Okay, so let's read this slowly. And there are 7 kings. Okay, notice here, the first king, Reza Shah Pahlavi. The second king, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. The third king, Ayatollah Khamenei. The fourth king, the king that's king at this in 2025, and it's about ready to go to the fifth king. But it won't be long. Sometime this year in 2025, there will be the fifth king. I really see that. I really believe that. And if I'm off a few months, hey, I'm off a few months. Because often the timing is often the hardest thing to figure out. But the fourth king, Ali Khamenei, started being the king in 1989. Now when he leaves office, sometime in 2025, most likely, we'll have the fifth king. And then we'll have the 6 kings, one king after another, over a period since 1935. Then we'll have the 7th king. So look at this. And there are 7 kings, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 have fallen, okay? 5 have fallen. The first king, the second, third, fourth, and the 5th king. So the 5 are fallen. And then it says, and 1 is. And that means the 6th king is the and 1 is. It takes a little time. You have to read it slowly. And the other is not yet come. And that's talking about the 7th king. The 7th king is the king that has not yet come. But it says, and he liveth he only continues a short space. So he only lives probably a few weeks or a few days. He doesn't live very long. But then it says in verse 11, and the beast that was and is not, he is the 8th and is of the 7th and goeth into perdition. So the 7th king lives a short amount of time. He dies like with a deadly wound. He comes back as the 8th king. It's almost like he's possessed with the Antichrist, the spirit. So that the 8th king, of course, goes up against Christ, Jesus Christ, and we'll be covering that in more detail. So it's really, really amazing the things that are going on. But right here, I want you to realize that in 1935, Persia changed their name to Iran. And we can read about that right here. It says, what is Iran's name in the Bible? So we read here, it says Persia. Persia is mentioned by name in the Bible 29 times. Persia changed its name to Iran in March of 1935. Whenever you read about Persia in the scriptures, you are reading about the land of modern day Iran. Okay? So that is something that you need to understand in order to understand the scriptures and to understand, exactly what is going on here. So, yes, there are 8 kings that lead up to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Okay, brothers and sisters, we just went over a little bit about how there are 8 kings that lead up to the second coming of Jesus Christ. We learned in Revelation chapter 17, verse 10. It says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. How do we know that there are 8 kings? Well, we read verse 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seventh, and goeth into perdition. So each king does certain things. The first king, we learn that it started in 1935 when Persia changed their name to Iran, and we had the first king. So we are on the fourth king right now. So this is what affects us immediately. So we're going to go to Daniel 8. In Daniel 8, verse 4, we read, I saw the ram, saw the ram pushing westward, northward, and southward, so that no beast might stand before him. Neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand, but he did according to his will and became great. Okay, the question is going to be who is the ram? You know, we understand that pushing westward, northward, and southward is war. It's like pushing. You're starting a war. You're pushing into other countries. You're starting conflicts. But what does the ram represent? So let's go down to a verse here, verse 20, and we read, the ram which I saw as having two horns are the kings of Media and Persia. So the question is what is Media and Persia? Keep that in the back of your mind. We're going to cover that. But I want to go ahead and read a couple verses here. Verse 17, we're going to read, it says, towards the end, it says, O son of man, for at the time of the end shall this be this vision. It's telling us that this is not something that happened thousands of years ago or hundreds of years ago, that it's for the end. It's for the end of time. Now read verse 19. He's telling us the same thing again. It says, and he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last day of the indignation, for the time appointed the end shall be. There are 3 chapters in Daniel, chapter 8, 11, and chapter 7, that are talking about our day. If you believe that it already happened hundreds of years ago, as the internet will tell you that it did, then you're not going to see this. You're not going to have an open mind and agree with it. And yet, what I share with you is in plain sight. It just have to be willing to learn. So let's go over some other things right here. I wanted to show you Media and Persia. Okay? 2600 years ago. This is the map here. It's what it looked like about 2600 years ago. Media covered a territory. It covered everything in yellow. And Persia, as we know, in 2025 is Iran, because they changed their name. And that's when the first king started. And Daniel saw this. You know, he saw that in 1935 that would be the first of 8 kings that lead up to the second coming. So it's really amazing. Right here, Persia, 2600 years ago, Media. Now, in 2025, we understand Turkey and Iran today. This is what it is today. So, yes, it's funny how things work out when you're able to kind of put things together. So does that make more sense to you? Let's go back and read Daniel 8:4. It says, I saw the ram. We now know that the ram today is Turkey and it's Iran. I saw Iran and Turkey pushing westward, northward, and southward, so that no beast might stand before him. Neither was there that any that could deliver him out of his hand, but he did according to his will and became great. There was nobody that could stop them. The United States, well, we were living during the time of Biden, right? They weren't able to do anything. They were just causing problems and taking away the freedom of the United States. And, you know, and by the United States being so weak, Iran saw an opportunity. Nobody could stop them. Trump wasn't president, you know, so they made a move. What I'm trying to tell you is that this war, Iran and Turkey, they pushed to the north, south, and west. This is prophecy that was fulfilled. And it happened in 2024, 2023. And it kind of something that kind of led over a period of time, over several years. But the significant was 2023 and 2024 when they made it all the way up to Israel. And now we see the conflict in Israel. We got Iran in there. And so things are about ready to get a lot worse. The United States is about ready to go to war, and I'll be covering that as well. So keep watching the videos, and this is just one more step, and we'll continue.